Imagine uncovering an ancient tomb and finding a coin placed in the mouth of the deceased. This practice, known as coins for the dead, is one of the most intriguing funerary customs from classical antiquity. But why was it done? What secrets does this ritual hold? By the end of tonight's journey, you will understand the fascinating and profound meaning behind this ancient tradition. The practice began in classical antiquity, particularly among the Greeks. It was believed that the dead needed coins to pay a ferryman named Charon to cross the river Styx and enter the underworld. But who was Charon, and why did he require payment? Charon was the ferryman of the dead in Greek mythology, responsible for transporting the ghosts of the deceased across the river Acheron to Hades, the realm of the dead. According to ancient beliefs, death required careful preparation, including payment for Charon's services. The tradition of placing coins in or near the mouths of the deceased is known as Charon's Obol. This custom dates back to the 5th century BCE, with evidence found in excavations at Charon cemetery in Athens. But why did this specific method of payment become so prevalent? For the ancient Greeks, the act of placing coins on the mouths of the dead was a sign of respect and a way to ensure that the deceased had everything needed for their journey into the afterlife. It was a form of bereavement, showing care and consideration for the departed. But why specifically in or near the mouth? The answer lies in the belief that the dead needed to speak the password to cross the river Styx. By placing a coin on their lips, it ensured that they had the means to communicate with Charon and gain passage. This fascinating tradition offers a glimpse into the deep and complex beliefs about death and the afterlife held by ancient civilizations. As we continue our journey, you will learn more about the rich tapestry of customs and myths surrounding the journey from life to death. But for now, take a moment to appreciate the intricate nature of this ancient practice. The coins for the dead reveal not just a means of payment, but a profound expression of care and preparation for what lies beyond. As we delve deeper, you will discover more about the role of Charon and the significance of the river Styx in Greek mythology. Prepare to uncover the layers of meaning behind this captivating ritual. Before we begin, a small request. Most of the people listening tonight aren't subscribed. If this channel has ever helped you drift off, take a moment to subscribe. It's free, it helps this channel more than you'd think, and you can always change your mind later. And if you feel like it, leave a comment telling me where in the world you're listening from and what time it is where you are. I love reading them. One more thing before we begin. I'm also a co-founder of a sleep app, built to be the most affordable one out there. No ads, ever. Just sounds and stories made to help you sleep. It may not be released yet as this video goes up, but if you're watching a little later, it might be out by now. Just search for it, it should be easy to find. It works on iPhone, Android, and everything in between. Downloading it is the best way to support this channel. In the vast and mysterious realm of Hades, a figure known as Charon holds a unique significance. Charon is not merely a daemon, but an underworld deity tasked with a specific duty that connects him deeply to the realm's governing god. This is where Charon comes in. His duty as the ferryman is crucial because he alone can safely transport souls across these perilous rivers, marking a significant boundary that must be crossed to reach Hades. But who exactly can Charon transport? This privilege is reserved for those who have received proper burial rites in the land of the living. His demeanor is as distinctive as his role. Depicted as an ugly, bearded man with a crooked nose, Charon wears a conical hat and tunic that sets him apart in the underworld. This ferryman of the dead is not just a mythological figure, but an integral part of the belief system that surrounds death and the afterlife in Greek culture. His existence is a testament to the importance placed on the proper transition of souls from the world of the living to the realm governed by Hades. Understanding Charon is key to understanding why certain rituals, such as placing coins on the mouths of the deceased, are believed to help souls pay their way across the river Styx. The journey to Hades begins with a preparatory ritual, one that ancient Greeks believed was essential for the safe passage of the soul after death. As the living bid their final farewells to the deceased, they must also prepare for the journey that lies ahead in the realm of the dead. The path to Hades is not straightforward. It requires navigation through treacherous waters and dangerous rivers. The river Styx holds a significance that goes beyond its geographical presence. It represents a boundary between the world of the living and the realm of the dead. But the journey does not end at the banks of the Styx. Beyond this first hurdle lies another great challenge, crossing the river Acheron. These rivers are not merely obstacles. They symbolize the transition from life to death and the acceptance of one's fate in the afterlife. Without proper guidance, navigating these waters can be perilous. This is where Charon, the ferryman of Hades, plays a vital role. In this mythical context, Charon is not just a simple boatman, he is an essential figure who ensures that the souls of the departed safely cross these rivers and reach their final resting place in the underworld. His services are so crucial that without them, souls might wander, lost forever, unable to find peace in the realm of the dead. The preparations for this journey are not merely about mourning, they are also about ensuring that the deceased is equipped to navigate these critical boundaries in the afterlife. This ancient practice is not just an act of respect, it is a necessary step to facilitate the safe passage of the soul into the realm of the dead. The journey to Hades is one filled with significance and symbolism, where each step is meticulously prepared for to ensure a smooth transition into the afterlife. The type of coin used was typically a low denomination, one ensuring that even those with limited means could afford this crucial passage to the afterlife. This practice underscores the Greeks' belief in treating all souls equally, regardless of their earthly status or wealth. The ritual of placing coins on the mouths of the deceased was not just a cultural tradition, but a necessity. It ensured that the spirit could safely make its way to Hades and avoid eternal wandering. This act of respect and preparation was integral to the Greeks' understanding of the journey after death. With Charon's fee paid, the soul could cross the river Styx and enter Hades, completing its final transition into the afterlife. This tradition highlights the importance of respecting and honoring the dead in ancient Greek culture. To prepare for this journey, a coin was placed in the mouth of the deceased to pay Charon's fare. This tradition spread to Rome, where it was adapted as a single coin placed in the deceased's mouth, reflecting the evolution of this ancient practice. In the heart of ancient Greece, a small silver coin held significant value and meaning. Known as the Obol coin, it was more than just currency. It played a vital role in both daily life and religious rituals. The Obol coin, with its distinct design, was valued at approximately half a loaf of bread in ancient Athens. This humble coin served as a medium for various transactions and offerings. But why was this specific coin chosen? The answer lies in the obol's value and prevalence in ancient Greek society. The obol's value made it accessible yet meaningful, perfect for symbolic gestures like paying Charon's fare. Moreover, the obol was a common denomination, ensuring that almost everyone had one within reach for such rituals. In essence, the choice of the obol coin was not arbitrary, but deeply rooted in its significance and accessibility within Greek culture. Archaeological evidence has provided a wealth of insight into ancient Greek funeral practices, particularly the custom of placing coins on the deceased. One notable site is Charon Cemetery in Athens, where excavations have revealed numerous instances of this ritual. Further archaeological evidence comes from various burial sites across Greece, including those in the Hellenistic period, 32–331 BCE. These findings highlight that this funerary custom was not isolated to a particular region, but was widespread throughout ancient Greece. Interestingly, coins were not always placed in the mouth. Other positions have been discovered through archaeological excavations. This variation suggests that there may have been regional differences or personal preferences in how the coins were positioned. For instance, at Charon, coins were found directly in the mouths of the deceased, suggesting that this was a deliberate and specific placement meant to ensure that the soul could pay its way across the river Styx. These archaeological discoveries not only validate the classical accounts, but also provide a tangible connection to the ancient beliefs and rituals surrounding death in Greek mythology. In modern times, visitors to cemeteries in the United States and Canada continue a curious tradition related to military personnel. This tradition has been observed in both countries and is a modern adaptation of an ancient Greek funerary practice. Today, this tradition is seen as a mark of respect and remembrance for those who have served. Some visitors also place thin gold foil pseudo-coins called daniki on graves, another variation of this practice. These modern adaptations show how ancient beliefs continue to resonate with people today. Despite the centuries that have passed, the spirit of this tradition remains unchanged. Whether it's a coin or a daniki, the gesture serves as a final act of respect for those who have passed. This enduring tradition is a poignant reminder of our shared human experience across time. In ancient Greece, the journey to the afterlife was not taken lightly. Preparations for this final passage included a peculiar tradition, placing coins in the mouths of the deceased. But why coins? What cultural anxieties and beliefs underlie this tradition? In ancient Greek culture, death was not seen as the end, but rather a transition to another realm. The idea of Charon's Obol reflects broader anxieties about navigating this uncertain journey and ensuring safe passage for the departed. But what happens when someone can't afford to pay? Some ancient texts suggest that the poor would be left behind, their souls wandering aimlessly on the shores of the river Styx. This grim prospect highlights the deep-seated fear and uncertainty surrounding death in ancient Greek society. The coins placed in the mouths of the deceased were more than just a payment. They were a symbol of respect and a gesture to ease their passage into the unknown. By exploring this ancient tradition, we gain insight into the cultural anxieties and beliefs that shaped how the Greeks approached death and prepared their loved ones for the journey beyond. Moving forward, further research into this tradition could uncover more about the cultural beliefs and practices surrounding death in ancient Greece. Preservation efforts are crucial to maintaining the historical context of these artifacts. The influence of this tradition extends beyond Greece. The Roman adaptation involved placing a single coin in the deceased's mouth, demonstrating how these beliefs traveled across cultures. As we continue to explore these ancient traditions, we gain insight into the cultural anxieties and beliefs that shaped how the Greeks approached death, leaving a lasting impact on our understanding of the human experience. He stands on the prow of his boat, ready to ferry the ghosts of the dead across the dark waters of the river Styx. In literature, Homer's Odyssey provides a poignant reference to this tradition. When Odysseus visits the underworld, he sees the ghost of Elpenor, who died during their journey. Odysseus promises to give him a proper burial, along with an offering to pay Charon for his passage across the Styx. This scene underscores the importance of proper funerary rites and the belief that without them, the soul cannot find peace in the afterlife. Aeschylus's play, Eumenides, also references Charon and his role as a ferryman. In this tragedy, Orestes seeks redemption for the murders he has committed. The Furies pursue him, but with the help of Athena, he is acquitted and freed from his tormentors. In one powerful scene, Charon is called upon to ferry Orestes across the Styx, signaling that his trials are finally over and he can find peace in death. These literary references, along with countless artistic depictions, demonstrate how deeply ingrained the practice of Charon's Obol was in Greek culture. Other city-states, such as Corinth, followed similar practices but with slight variations. In some regions, it was customary to place multiple coins on the deceased's eyes, cheeks, and hands, symbolizing a more comprehensive preparation for the journey across the river Styx. These regional variations highlight the rich tapestry of Greek beliefs surrounding death and the afterlife, all woven together by a common thread: the importance of Charon's Obol. Each region's unique interpretation adds depth to our understanding of how ancient Greeks prepared their dead for the unknown beyond. Whether in Athens, Sparta, Thebes, or Corinth, the coin placed on the deceased carried profound significance and hope. In conclusion, while there were regional variations in how Greeks observed the tradition of Charon's Obol, the underlying belief in its importance was universal. The coin, placed with care and respect, symbolize not just payment, but also a profound connection to the afterlife. In ancient Greece, the journey of a soul after death was not merely about leaving this world, but also about navigating its own passage through the underworld. Funerary customs were intricately woven into this belief system, with each rite holding profound symbolism. One of the most striking aspects of these rituals was the placement of coins on or near the mouths of the deceased. These coins were not mere trinkets, but held significant meaning within the broader context of Greek death rituals. In ancient Greece, the funeral rite often began with a procession to the gravesite, accompanied by a eulogy. Here, mourners would pour libations onto the ground as offerings to the spirits of the departed. These libations were often made with wine or water, sometimes accompanied by incense and flowers. As the final tributes were given, a coin was placed in or near the mouth of the deceased. This coin represented not just a payment for Charon, the ferryman of Hades, but also an acknowledgement of the journey ahead. It was a small token that held great symbolic weight within the funerary practices of ancient Greece. In some instances, other funeral objects like small figurines or amulets might also be placed with the body. These additional items were meant to provide comfort and guidance for the soul on its journey through the underworld. The entire funeral process was a carefully choreographed dance of respect and tradition. Each rite held its own unique purpose, weaving a tapestry of meaning around the passage from life to death. Within this intricate web of rituals, the coin for Charon stood out as a pivotal element. It marked not only the transition from life to death, but also the beginning of another journey altogether. The rituals surrounding the placement of coins also evolved. In Greece, placing a coin in or near the mouth signified respect for the dead and prepared the soul for its journey across the river Styx. In Roman funerary customs, the coin was seen as a token of passage, facilitating the deceased's transition into the afterlife. This continuity in belief showcases how deeply ingrained these traditions were across cultures. Despite these changes, the core belief remained consistent. Payment was necessary for Charon to ferry souls across the river Styx. This practice underscored the significance of proper burial rites in both Greek and Roman societies. Over time, the tradition saw further transformations as beliefs about the afterlife evolved. However, the enduring significance of Charon's Obol is clear. Even as it spread to another powerful empire, its meaning and ritual importance persisted. For those embarking on this final voyage, a coin symbolized more than just currency. It was a ticket to safe passage through the realms of the dead. As empires rose and fell, this quiet tradition continued, demonstrating an unbroken lineage of belief in a journey that transcends life and death. In the grand tapestry of human history, this small ritual holds a significant place, bridging cultures and eras with its timeless message. Even in death, there is a journey to be made. Perhaps it is this very universality that makes Charon's Obol so enduring, a humble coin carrying the weight of ancient belief, echoing through time as a testament to our shared human journey. And so, the next time you encounter an image of a coin placed on the mouths of the deceased, remember the story of Charon, the faithful ferryman who ensured safe passage across the rivers that separated the living from the dead. In ancient Greece, coins served not just as currency, but as symbols of wealth and power. They were often used in rituals and offerings to deities, reflecting their significance beyond mere monetary value. However, coins also held significance in other religious contexts. They were offered to various deities as tokens of respect and devotion. For instance, coins were often thrown into sacred wells or placed at shrines as offerings to divine entities other than Charon. Moreover, coins were used in various rites and ceremonies, highlighting their importance as ritual objects. They carried meaning beyond their material value, embodying the beliefs and practices of ancient Greek society. In this way, coins served as both practical and symbolic tools in ancient Greek rituals, bridging the gap between the world of the living and the realm of the dead. And as you reflect on this practice, consider how these small tokens of silver held such immense significance, embodying ancient Greek beliefs about wealth, power, and the passage to realms beyond our own. In ancient Greece, the city-states were vibrant hubs of culture and tradition. Each had its own unique take on life, death, and everything in between. When it came to preparing the dead for their journey into the afterlife, practices varied greatly among these city-states. In Athens, for example, the placement of a coin in the mouth of the deceased was not just about paying Charon's Obol. It was also a symbol of respect for the journey ahead and a reminder of the importance of proper preparation. Over in Sparta, however, the emphasis was on simplicity and military honor. Here, a single coin might be placed near the deceased, but it was often accompanied by weapons or other symbols of their service. This reflects the Spartan belief that soldiers continued to serve in the afterlife, just as they did in life. In Corinth, there was a strong focus on the family and lineage. Coins placed in the mouth of the deceased were often accompanied by elaborate offerings and rituals to honor their ancestors. Here, coins were sometimes placed not just in the mouth, but also on the eyes or other parts of the body. Despite these regional differences, one thing remained constant: the deep respect for the journey of the deceased. From Athens to Sparta, Corinth to Thebes, each city-state had its unique way of honoring the dead and preparing them for what lay beyond. As you explore these diverse traditions, it's clear that each coin, each ritual, held immense significance and a deep sense of purpose. To truly grasp the ancient Greek belief in Charon's role, let's dive into the world of Greek art and iconography. Here, Charon is often depicted as the grim ferryman who guides souls across the treacherous river Styx to their final resting place. To fully understand the significance of Charon's Obol, we must delve into Greek religious rituals and their deeper spiritual meanings. In ancient Greece, funeral rites were intricate and deeply symbolic. They reflected the Greeks' profound belief in the afterlife and the importance of proper burial. Placing a coin on the mouth of the deceased was just one part of these elaborate rituals. This act, known as Charon's Obol, served multiple purposes within the broader context of Greek religious beliefs. Firstly, it was believed that the coin would help guide the soul safely across the treacherous river Styx to the afterlife. Without this payment, Charon, the ferryman of the dead, would refuse passage. But beyond practical considerations, the coin also held a purifying role in ancient Greek religious practices. It was seen as a means to cleanse the soul of any remaining impurities before its final journey. This ritual reflects the Greeks' belief that death was not just an end, but a transition to another realm. They saw the soul's journey as complex and fraught with challenges, much like navigating a treacherous river. Myths and legends surrounding Charon further underscored the significance of his role. Stories spoke of souls who couldn't afford the coin being left behind, doomed to wander eternally on the riverbank. This practice was not just about preparing for the afterlife, but also about showing respect for the deceased. It ensured that they were well equipped for their final journey, reflecting a deep sense of reverence and care in Greek religious rituals. The placement of coins on the mouths of the deceased was not merely symbolic, it was also deeply practical, ensuring that the soul had what it needed to traverse the realms of death and achieve its ultimate rest. In this way, Charon's Obol serves as a poignant reminder of the intricate tapestry of Greek religious beliefs, a tapestry that wove together pragmatism and profound spirituality. As we continue to explore Greek mythology, the richness of these ancient practices becomes even more evident. The care with which they prepared their dead reveals a culture deeply concerned with ensuring the well-being of souls in the afterlife. Philosophers like Plato and Aristotle engaged with this practice, offering interpretations that delved into the nature of the soul and its journey after death. For Plato, the tradition of Charon's Obol represented a tangible symbol of the separation between life and death. He believed that the soul must cross a metaphysical boundary akin to the river Styx to reach its true home in the realm of ideas. According to Plato, the coin paid to Charon signified the cost of this transition, not just financially but spiritually. It marked a passage from the physical world to the eternal realm of forms. Aristotle, however, approached this tradition with his characteristic empiricism. He saw it less as a symbolic act and more as an expression of cultural anxiety over the unknown. He argued that the practice reflected the human need to make sense of death, to ritualize it in a way that offered some measure of control over the uncontrollable. This philosophical interpretation illuminates how the tradition of Charon's Obol was not merely about placating a mythical ferryman, but about reconciling humanity with the mysteries of death. The richness of these philosophical interpretations enriches our understanding of this ancient practice, revealing it as a profound and multifaceted exploration of the human condition. Within these secretive communities, Charon's Obol served not merely as a passage fee, but as a symbol of spiritual transformation. The coin represented the shedding of earthly burdens and the initiation into divine knowledge. These mystical societies often held their gatherings in underground chambers, echoing the descent into Hades and emphasizing the importance of this symbolic voyage. Intriguingly, the Orphics associated Charon with a form of Dionysus known as Iacchus, who was said to guide initiates into the mysteries of life and death. This syncretism reflects how ancient Greek secret societies blended various mythological elements to create rich, multi-layered rituals that resonated deeply with their members. The coin also held significance beyond Orphic beliefs, appearing in other ancient Greek traditions such as Eleusinian mysteries, where it symbolized the initiate's rebirth into a new spiritual life. Beyond Greece, this tradition found echoes in the practices of secret societies influenced by Greek mythology, such as certain Roman cults and early Christian sects. In these communities, the coin's symbolism was often adapted to fit local beliefs and practices, yet the core idea of a passage fee for the afterlife remained constant. As we delve deeper into these ancient traditions, we find that Charon's Obol is more than just a coin. It's a testament to humanity's enduring quest for spiritual connection and understanding. This journey across the river Styx becomes not just a mythological tale, but a powerful metaphor for life's transitions and the pursuit of deeper knowledge. In uncovering these lesser-known aspects of Charon's Obol, we gain a richer appreciation for the profound and multifaceted beliefs that have shaped human cultures throughout history. Throughout ancient Greece, this practice was not merely an act of respect for the dead, but a vital part of Greek magic and folk belief. The Obol is often seen as a protective talisman, warding off evil spirits that might otherwise disturb the restful journey to the underworld. Stories abound of coins placed in the mouths of deceased children, believed to ensure their safe passage across the river Styx and into the realm of Hades. These coins were not merely coins, they were imbued with magical properties, thought to guide the soul through the treacherous waters of the underworld. In some regions, it was believed that the coin could even speak for the deceased if Charon asked any questions during their journey. The Obol's role in ensuring safe passage extended beyond just payment. It became a symbol of protection and guidance in the uncertain realm of death. As we delve into these ancient beliefs, we see that Charon's Obol was not just a coin, but an intricate part of a rich tapestry of magical thinking and spiritual preparation. Understanding this tradition adds depth to our appreciation of the profound ways humans have sought to navigate the mysteries of life, death, and the afterlife. Archaeological sites like Corinth and Delphi have also yielded similar finds, indicating that this practice was not confined to a single region, but was widespread throughout ancient Greece. The significance of these archaeological findings lies in their ability to bridge the gap between ancient myth and tangible evidence. They offer a glimpse into how deeply ingrained these beliefs were in the everyday lives of ancient Greeks and the lengths they would go to prepare for the afterlife. Homer, the legendary poet of the Iliad and Odyssey, weaves a tapestry that includes the motif of Charon's Obol. In his epic poems, he explores themes of death, afterlife, and the underworld in ways that would resonate with his contemporaries. This act of sacrifice echoes the ancient funerary practice, showing how deeply embedded the belief in Charon's Obol was within the cultural fabric. Hesiod, another great poet, delves into the origins of the world and humankind in his works and days. He, too, touches upon themes of death and the afterlife, reflecting a common concern within ancient Greek poetry. Pindar, celebrated for his odes, likewise incorporates motifs related to Charon's Obol. His poems often delve into the grandeur of ancient rituals and beliefs, including those surrounding death and the afterlife. Their works not only entertain, but also serve as cultural artifacts that provide insights into the rituals and superstitions of their time. Aristotle, on the other hand, was more pragmatic in his approach to death and the afterlife. While he acknowledged the cultural importance of rituals such as Charon's Obol, he tended to view them through a lens of logic and practicality. For Aristotle, the essence of a good life lay not in the rituals surrounding death, but in the virtues one cultivated during their lifetime. These philosophical debates often mirrored broader societal views on death and the afterlife. While Plato's writings might inspire contemplation of a spiritual journey beyond the physical world, Aristotle's pragmatism reminded readers to focus on living a virtuous life here and now. Philosophers also grappled with the ethics of placing value on the journey to the afterlife through monetary means. Some argued that such a practice could be seen as a form of bribery or corruption, corrupting the purity of the soul's transition. Other philosophers saw Charon's Obol as a poignant symbol, reflecting the deep human desire for continuity and guidance even after death. They believed that this ritual helped to ease the anxieties surrounding the unknown journey into the afterlife. In essence, these philosophical debates offered a complex and multifaceted view of death rituals, acknowledging their cultural significance while also questioning their underlying assumptions. The interpretation of these philosophers had a profound impact on societal attitudes toward death and the afterlife, influencing how individuals approach their own mortality. By engaging with these philosophical viewpoints, we gain a deeper understanding of the intellectual underpinnings that shaped the rituals and superstitions of ancient Greece. Ultimately, the practice of placing coins on the mouths of the deceased serves as a fascinating window into the interplay between myth, philosophy, and cultural practices in ancient Greece. Beyond the general practice of placing coins on the mouths of the deceased, regional variations and additional rituals emerged across ancient Greece. In Athens, for example, it was customary to include a small figurine or charm alongside the coin. These items often depicted symbols of fertility or prosperity, reflecting the local belief that a well-prepared journey would ensure a smooth passage through the afterlife. In Sparta, the ritual took on a more martial tone. The coins were often accompanied by small weapons or military insignia, signifying that the deceased had fought bravely in life and was ready for any challenges that might await them in the underworld. In addition to these regional variations, superstitions surrounding Charon's Obol abounded. Some believed that if a coin was not placed correctly, or if it was a fake, the soul would be left to wander aimlessly through the underworld. This fear led to meticulous preparation of the coins, with some families even inscribing their names onto the obols to ensure they reached their intended destination. These ritualistic practices offer a rich tapestry of beliefs and customs that enrich the coin tradition. Each variation and superstition provided a unique window into how ancient Greeks conceptualized death and prepared their loved ones for the ultimate journey. Ultimately, these regional differences highlight the diverse and complex nature of Greek funerary rites. By delving into the specifics of how coins were placed with the dead, we gain a deeper understanding of how ancient Greeks navigated their beliefs about life after death. These ritualistic practices not only varied by region, but also evolved over time, reflecting the changing beliefs and customs of ancient Greek society as it grappled with the mysteries of death and the afterlife. According to ancient Greek tradition, those who wished to cross into the afterlife needed to pay a toll to Charon. This belief shaped Athenian funeral rites in profound ways, with specific rituals and customs evolving around it. Beyond the practical significance, placing an obol in the mouth of the deceased was also a symbolic gesture. It represented respect for the dead and adherence to proper burial rites, which were believed to be crucial for the soul's journey. This tradition highlights how deeply the belief in paying Charon was woven into the fabric of Athenian life. It illustrates the concrete impact that mythological beliefs had on daily customs and rituals, shaping not only funeral practices but also the way ancient Greeks understood their place in the cosmos. Farther north and west, the Etruscans, a civilization with their own unique beliefs and rituals, also adopted this custom. The Etruscan belief system included many parallels to Greek mythology, reflecting a shared cultural influence across the Mediterranean. Among these beliefs was the concept of paying a ferryman for safe passage into the afterlife, a practice echoed in their funeral rites. Archaeological findings from Etruscan burial sites reveal coins placed near or in the mouths of the deceased, similar to Greek practices. This practice not only enriched Etruscan funeral rituals, but also demonstrates the profound influence Greek mythology had on neighboring cultures. As these ancient practices continued to evolve, they served as a reminder of the universal human desire to honor and guide our loved ones through their final journey. And so, Charon's Obol, once a specific Greek tradition, became a bridge connecting diverse cultures across time. It illustrates the power of mythological beliefs in shaping not just rituals, but also our shared sense of humanity and continuity across the cosmos. In his work, The Republics, Plato delves into the intricate details of a just society. Among the many insights he offers, one particular tradition catches his philosophical eye, that of Charon's Obol. For Plato, Charon's Obol symbolizes the importance of being ready for whatever lies beyond this life. This philosophical interpretation adds depth to the ancient tradition, suggesting that preparedness is not just physical, but also moral and intellectual. Plato's use of Charon's Obol underscores the idea that death is not an end, but a transition to another state of existence. By framing it within his philosophical discourse, Plato elevates the simple act of placing coins on the deceased into a complex meditation on life and death. This perspective demonstrates how mythological beliefs can shape not only rituals, but also deep philosophical thought. And thus, Plato's interpretation of Charon's Obol reveals the richness and depth that myths bring to our understanding of life and beyond. The Romans adopted many aspects of Greek culture, including this funerary practice. They began to depict Charon's Obol in various art forms, from sculptures to mosaics. One of the most striking depictions can be found in Roman sculpture. Statues of Charon often feature him holding a coin or an oar, symbolizing his role as a ferryman. In mosaics, the coin motif is also prevalent. These intricate floor and wall designs often include images of coins placed near a figure meant to represent a deceased soul. Roman artists also incorporated these motifs into funerary artifacts such as sarcophagi and funeral masks. These artifacts serve not only as decorative elements, but also as protective symbols for the deceased, ensuring their safe journey across the boundary between life and death. The enduring legacy of Charon's Obol in Roman art is a testament to the power of myth and ritual in shaping cultural practices. Even today, the image of a coin placed in the mouth of a deceased individual remains a potent symbol of this ancient belief system. Through these artworks, the Romans not only preserved the essence of Charon's Obol, but also elevated it to a form of artistic expression that continues to captivate us today. The coins, the ferryman, and the journey across Styx are not just motifs. They are vivid reminders of the rich tapestry of beliefs that guided our ancestors through life and into the unknown. As the centuries passed and the myths evolved, later poets like Homer expanded on Charon's significance. In these interpretations, Charon becomes more than just a ferryman. He is a symbol of the inevitable passage into the afterlife. His duty transcends mere transportation, embodying the universal human journey from life to death. Homer's Odyssey paints a vivid picture of Charon at work, guiding the ghostly crew of Odysseus' ship across the river Acheron. This depiction underscores his essential function in Greek beliefs about death and the afterlife. Over time, Charon's role remained consistent, yet gained deeper layers of symbolism. He became a representation of the final step in life's journey, the unavoidable transition from this world to the next. Thus, Charon's role has evolved from merely transporting souls to symbolizing the inevitability of death and the preparations needed for that final journey. Perfumes and incense were also used in funerary practices. The sweet aromas not only served to mask the scent of decay, but were believed to please the gods, ensuring a smooth passage through the afterlife. Some graves contained pottery or other artifacts that signified the deceased's status and accomplishments in life. These items were not merely decorative, they held deep symbolic significance. The importance of these rituals cannot be overstated. They underscored the Greeks' belief in a well-prepared journey to the afterlife. Every detail mattered, from the coin for Charon to the personal effects that accompanied the soul. The ritual preparation for this final voyage was more than just a custom. It embodied the Greek belief in the necessity of being well-equipped for the journey ahead. In essence, these practices highlighted the Greeks' reverence for death as a significant transition rather than an end. The gold leaves of Funerary, inscribed on a thin gold foil, offer insights into Orphism's views on the afterlife. This text suggests that initiates had special knowledge about navigating the realms beyond death, implying that coins might not just be payment, but also symbols of secret wisdom. According to Orphic beliefs, the journey of the soul through the afterlife is fraught with challenges and obstacles. Charon's Obol, therefore, might represent not just a transactional fee, but an essential element of the deceased's preparations for this arduous voyage. Orpheus, the legendary musician and poet, provides a mythical account that sheds light on this practice. In his journey to Hades to retrieve Eurydice, he demonstrates the need for guidance and proper burial rites, elements integral to safely navigating the realms of the dead. This narrative suggests that coins placed in the mouths of the deceased could symbolize not only payment, but also a form of protection and wisdom imparted to them by those still living. As we breathe out and reflect on these esoteric interpretations, we begin to see Charon's Obol in a new light. It's more than just a fee, it's an emblem of the complex interplay between the living and the dead within Orphism. In Greek philosophy, particularly in the works of Plato and Aristotle, the coin tradition is interpreted as a symbol of transition. Plato, in his dialogues, suggests that the coin represents the final payment for life's journey. It marks the end of one existence and the beginning of another. Aristotle views this practice as a means to facilitate a smooth passage into the afterlife, ensuring that the soul is properly prepared for its new journey across the river Styx. This physical act connects deeply with broader themes of duality and transformation in ancient Greek thought. Through this small ritual, the Greeks acknowledge the complex interplay between the living world and the realm of the dead. It is a quiet recognition that the soul's journey continues beyond mortal life, guided by ancient mythological figures like Charon. In this light, Charon's Obol is not merely a fee, but an emblem of the eternal cycle and interconnectedness that binds all existence. Early Greek tombs were often simple structures, designed more for functionality than ornamentation. However, as the belief in Charon's role grew stronger, so did the architectural complexity of these burial sites. These coin repositories were often intricately carved into the walls or placed near the entrance of the tomb, making sure that Charon's Obol was easily accessible to the deceased as they made their journey. Archaeological finds in cemeteries like Keramikas reveal these coin repositories, providing tangible evidence of how deeply ingrained this belief was in Greek culture. Moreover, these designs served as a visual reminder of the eternal cycle and interconnectedness that binds all existence, echoing the very beliefs that shaped Charon's Obol. As tomb architecture evolved, these coin repositories became more elaborate, sometimes adorned with symbols or inscriptions that further underscored the significance of Charon's role and the journey to Hades. In some cases, entire mausoleums were designed around the central theme of Charon's passage, with artistic depictions of the ferryman and his boat, reinforcing the belief that proper payment was essential for a smooth transition to the afterlife. The coins placed within these tombs were not just a form of currency, but also a tangible symbol of hope and preparation, offering comfort to both the living and the deceased. In this light, the intricate designs and careful placement of coin repositories within tombs serve as a poignant reminder of the deep-seated cultural fears and aspirations surrounding death in ancient Greece. As we explore these architectural innovations, we gain insight into how the Greeks sought to navigate their world and prepare for the unknown beyond, ensuring that even in death there was a sense of order and readiness. Entering the realm of secret societies and religious beliefs, Charon's Obol takes on a deeper spiritual context. Within Orphic texts and rituals, this ancient practice becomes rich with symbolism and significance. Initiation rites within these secret societies often included the ritualistic placement of coins, symbolizing the aspirant's readiness to navigate the mysteries of life and death. These coins were not just a means of transaction, but also an emblem of spiritual preparedness and inner worthiness. As participants underwent these rites, the coins became tokens of their enlightenment and readiness to confront the afterlife's challenges. The practice illustrated a profound belief in the continuity between life and death, with the coin serving as both a bridge and a symbol of spiritual attainment. By understanding these deeper contexts, we see how Charon's Obol went beyond mere funerary custom to become a potent spiritual metaphor, guiding souls on their journey through the realms of existence. Aristotle, however, saw it differently. He argued that the coin was a practical necessity, ensuring that the soul would be carried safely across the river Styx and into Hades. This debate reflects a broader philosophical tension between spiritual symbolism and practical needs in the face of death. The practice underscores the ancient Greeks' deep-rooted belief in the continuity of life beyond death, guiding souls through the realms of existence with care and reverence. This tradition adds a layer of intellectual depth to the ancient Greek understanding of mortality, showing how even simple funerary customs can embody complex philosophical debates. By examining these interpretations, we gain a richer appreciation for the spiritual and practical dimensions of Charon's Obol, offering insights into how ancient Greeks prepared for their final journey. These Danake, although not legal tender, held significant religious and symbolic value in the context of Spartan funerary customs. Further north, in Thessaly, it was common to place a drachma, a coin of higher value, alongside the Obol or Danake. This dual placement might have signified an extra measure of respect or a desire to ensure safe passage for the departed soul. In Crete, where the influence of Minoan culture was still strong, funerary customs often included the use of knives or other symbolic items placed near the body alongside coins. These variations in coin type and placement illustrate the rich diversity within Greek funerary customs, each reflecting the unique cultural beliefs and practices of its region. These variations also serve as a reminder of the broader cultural mosaic that made up ancient Greece, where each city-state contributed its own unique rituals and beliefs to the larger tradition. Some philosophers, like Plato, believed in the immortality of the soul, while others saw death as a final end. In many ways, Charon's Obol is more than just a coin, it's a symbol of hope that there is something beyond the veil of death. It deepens our understanding of why this tradition persisted for so long, reflecting both the fears and aspirations of ancient Greek society. In the Odyssey, the hero Odysseus encounters the shade of Elpenor, who laments that he has not been properly buried and thus cannot cross the river Styx. This underscores the importance of proper funeral rites in ancient Greek beliefs. The depiction of Charon in the Iliad and the Odyssey is consistent with his appearance described by other ancient sources, an ugly, bearded man with a crooked nose. This vivid image likely reinforced the belief that proper payment was necessary for safe passage. In the Odyssey, Charon is described as being vigilant and unyielding in his duty. This portrayal emphasizes the necessity of being prepared for death, including having the Obol ready. The literary context provided by Homeric literature offers a deeper understanding of why this tradition was so significant in ancient Greek society. The practice continues to influence modern customs, such as placing coins on the graves of military personnel in certain cultures. Thus, Homeric literature provides a rich literary context for the tradition of Charon's Obol. Take, for instance, the Eleusinian Mysteries, one of the most renowned mystery cults in ancient Greece. The rites of this initiation ceremony were closely guarded secrets, but fragments of information reveal that the process involved a journey through the underworld. During this ritual, initiates were believed to symbolically experience death and rebirth. The placement of coins in the mouths of the deceased likely held a special significance here, perhaps serving as a symbolic payment for Charon's services during this spiritual passage. Similarly, the Orphic cults placed a significant emphasis on the afterlife journey. Orpheus, known for his descent into the underworld to retrieve his wife Eurydice, was central to these rites. The coins in this context might have been seen as tokens of safe passage through the treacherous waters of the river Styx. In these rituals, the coins might have carried a deeper symbolism, not merely as payment for Charon, but as a sign of the initiate's readiness to navigate the complexities of the afterlife. This readiness was crucial in the Orphic belief system, which taught that the soul must be purified before it can reach the realm of the blessed. Thus, the ancient practice of placing coins on the deceased transcends mere funerary customs and dives into realms where death is not just an end but a beginning, a passage to something more profound. From the ancient ruins of Charon in Athens, we have a tangible connection to a practice that has fascinated scholars for centuries, Charon's Obol. In this sacred ground where the dead were laid to rest, archaeologists have unearthed coins placed in or near the mouths of deceased individuals. But what types of coins were used? Excavations show a variety: obols, drachmas, each telling its own story about the evolution of this ritual. The tangible evidence from these excavations not only illuminates a fascinating practice, but also offers a glimpse into the cultural beliefs and anxieties surrounding death in ancient Greece. Socrates, ever the provocateur, would pose questions such as, what if the coin is not merely a symbol of respect, but rather a bribe to ensure safe passage? This line of thought probed at the very core of Greek beliefs about the afterlife and the role of money in navigating its perils. Aristotle took a more pragmatic stance. He believed that the coin was not a symbol of respect or a bribe, but rather a simple necessity. In his view, it was a practical requirement to traverse the boundary between life and death, much like any other toll one might pay in the physical world. These philosophical debates offered a glimpse into the broader cultural anxieties over death and the afterlife. They reflected a deep-seated desire to understand and prepare for the journey beyond the grave, even if that meant grappling with seemingly mundane aspects like a coin's worth. But amidst all this intellectual wrangling, there was also a human element at play. For many Greeks, the Obol was not just a means to an end, but a final gesture of care and respect for the departed. The act of placing the coin in the mouth of the deceased signified a quiet acceptance of their journey, even if that journey was shrouded in mystery and fear. Perhaps this simple ritual encapsulated the essence of Greek thought on death, a mix of pragmatism, philosophical inquiry, and deep human emotion. This practice, known as Charon's Obol, was deeply rooted in theological beliefs about death and the afterlife. This act reflects the belief that the journey to the afterlife was not free and required a toll. The Obol also symbolized the transition from the mortal world to the underworld, a journey that needed financial means. In various religious sects and philosophical schools, coins were seen as talismans that could influence one's fate in the afterlife. For the ancient Greeks, this practice was more than just a funeral rite. It was a profound expression of their beliefs about death and the spiritual journey that follows. Understanding this practice deepens our appreciation for how deeply interwoven religious beliefs and funeral customs were in ancient Greek culture. In the realm of ancient funerary rites, one practice stands out for its peculiar specificity: the placement of coins on the mouths of the deceased. To understand its significance, we must compare it with other ancient funerary customs. In many cultures, including ancient Greece, the deceased were often adorned with various items believed to aid their journey into the afterlife. These items ranged from personal belongings to symbolic offerings, each carrying specific meanings and purposes. For example, in ancient Greek funerals, it was common to place food and drink offerings near the grave. Additionally, small figurines called lekithois were sometimes placed in graves to represent the deceased's passage into the afterlife. The practice of placing coins in or near the mouths of the deceased, however, was unique to certain regions and periods. While this tradition was widespread in ancient Greece, regional variations existed. This variation reflects a local adaptation of the broader belief in the necessity of payment for passage into the afterlife. Such regional differences highlight the complex interplay between universal mythological beliefs and local cultural practices in ancient Greece. The placement of coins with the dead was not exclusive to Greek culture. Similar practices have been observed in ancient Roman and Etruscan cultures, where coins were also placed with the deceased to aid their journey. These comparisons offer a broader context for understanding Charon's Obol within the rich tapestry of ancient funerary traditions. By examining this practice alongside other customs, we gain insights into the deep-seated fears and hopes that shaped ancient beliefs about life after death. And perhaps, in the quiet moment of reflection that follows, we find a soft settle into our shared humanity across time and culture. For the ancient Greeks, this coin was not merely a means of payment, but also a symbolic act of veneration, meant to ensure the soul's safe passage across the river Styx into the afterlife. The placement of a coin in the mouth was a significant part of funerary rituals, designed to appease Charon and facilitate a smooth transition for the soul. This act held deep spiritual significance, as it ensured that the deceased would not wander lost in the underworld, a fate feared by many in ancient Greek culture. The belief in Charon's role was profoundly rooted in the idea of the soul's journey and its need for guidance and assistance. By placing coins on their loved ones' mouths, the Greeks were not just paying a ferryman, they were performing an act of reverence that honored the deceased and eased their transition into the unknown. The spiritual dimensions of Charon's Obol reveal deep-seated beliefs about the soul, its journey, and the importance of rituals in facilitating a peaceful afterlife. The coins were not just a symbolic offering, they were seen as a necessary payment for safe passage across the river Styx. This belief was so ingrained that various rituals and artifacts emerged around this practice. These visuals served as reminders of the importance of Charon's role and the necessity of proper burial rites to ensure a smooth transition into the afterlife. This was not just out of respect, but also to ensure that the deceased could afford the ferryman's fee. The influence of Charon's Obol can be seen in how meticulously ancient Greeks prepared for the afterlife, with every detail designed to facilitate a smooth transition. Beyond coins, other artifacts like funerary masks and grave goods were carefully selected to aid the soul on its journey. These practices demonstrate how deeply ingrained the belief in the necessity of proper burial rites was in ancient Greek culture. The careful placement of coins and other artifacts serves as a poignant reminder of the human desire for continuity and the hope that even in death, life can be well navigated. Ultimately, Charon's Obol reveals a culture deeply concerned with the journey of the soul and the importance of rituals in ensuring a peaceful afterlife. Hermes, the winged messenger god of ancient Greek mythology, was known for his role as a guide and conductor of souls. Like Charon, Hermes played a crucial part in the journey of the soul to the afterlife. His responsibility included leading these spirits through the boundaries and realms that separated the living from the dead. This connection to Charon is evident in their shared duty of transporting souls across significant thresholds in the afterlife journey. Hermes' role emphasized the importance of a smooth transition from life to death, reflecting ancient Greeks' belief in the necessity of proper rituals for the afterlife journey. In essence, both figures served as vital guides, ensuring that souls navigated the complex landscape of the afterlife with ease and dignity. Graves and tombs were often designed with a specific chamber or compartment meant to securely hold these coins. For example, in the Kerameikos cemetery of Athens, archaeologists discovered graves with small niches or slots carved specifically to hold coins. These architectural features were not merely decorative, but served a practical purpose, ensuring that the coins would be securely placed near the deceased's mouth. Such meticulous planning indicates a profound respect for the rituals surrounding death and the journey to the afterlife. The careful design of these tombs not only provided a secure place for the coins, but also ensured that the deceased would be properly prepared for their journey across the river Styx. By integrating these small compartments into their architectural plans, the ancient Greeks demonstrated a deep understanding of and adherence to their mythological beliefs. These coins were not mere symbols, but practical tools in the complex journey from life to death. In essence, the belief in Charon's Obol shaped not only funeral rites, but also the tangible structures that housed the departed. But the coins are not just a symbol of respect, they carry deeper meaning rooted in ancient Greek metaphysics. They were part of a belief system that saw death as a journey and one that required preparation. The Greeks believed that the soul did not perish with the body, but journeyed on to the afterlife. For them, this journey was fraught with uncertainty and danger. Plato, one of Greece's great philosophers, argued that the soul was immortal. He posited that death is merely a transition to another form of existence. Charon's Obol, the tradition of placing coins in the mouths of the dead, was not just a gesture, but an act of ensuring safe passage on this perilous journey. It signified respect and care for the departed, reflecting a profound belief in the continuity of life after death. As the coins tumbled into Charon's hands, they symbolized the family's hope that their loved one would find peace on the other side of the Styx. In a sense, every coin placed in the mouth of the deceased was a prayer for a safe journey through the unknown. And so, Charon's Obol continues to resonate, a tangible expression of ancient beliefs that death is not an end, but a beginning. But why such a specific ritual? For the Greeks, this was more than just a gesture of respect. It was an acknowledgement of divine laws and the importance of proper burial rites. In their view, Hades was a complex realm governed by its own set of rules and deities. Charon, as the ferryman, held a crucial role in this intricate system. The journey to Hades was not just about the passage, it symbolized the deceased's readiness and willingness to leave the world of the living behind. Hermes' role as a psychopomp complements Charon's duties by guiding souls from the moment of death until they are ready for their journey across the Styx. Just as Charon is responsible for ferrying the souls across the river, Hermes ensures that these spirits are properly prepared and escorted to the point where Charon can take over. In many depictions, Hermes is shown with wings on his feet or a winged helmet, symbolizing his ability to traverse both the physical and spiritual realms seamlessly. This imagery underscores his role as an intermediary between the world of the living and that of the dead. There is a notable parallel between Hermes and Charon in their roles as facilitators of passage. Both are tasked with ensuring the smooth transition of souls from one realm to another. While Hermes guides the spirits through the initial stages of their journey, Charon completes the final leg by ferrying them across the river. The intricate network of deities involved in guiding souls to their final resting place is a testament to the rich mythology surrounding death and the afterlife in Greek culture. This complex interplay between Hermes and Charon highlights the careful choreography required in guiding souls through their final transition. In this intricate dance of deities, Hermes and Charon work together to ensure that the spirits of the deceased are safely and respectfully escorted to their eternal home.